And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our QSO-VLOG network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the loudest, fullest sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. So I started the QSO-VLOG network with the phrase, "If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout." And today we're currently featuring over 1,800 QSO-VLOG Aircheck recordings. Our mission statement for the network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia, trying to get the best copy on our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in the selector is our local receiver audio. And today our local receiver is running 2 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed north and south, the other east and west. The north and south mag loop can be rotated. They are selected by a 3-position rotary selector. Position 3 of the selector is a co-phase option that many times is 3 to 4 dB hotter than mag loop 1 or 2 by themselves. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specially oriented dipole antenna. One leg of this dipole is broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg is broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube QSO-VLOG video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network, let us pause just a moment with the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA-5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you will reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and grace, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this is an area of the band where we have many networks trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our QSO-VLOG net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. Again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is a Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. And now let's check in and see if Charlie, K1GCL, is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
The Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim, I have a beautiful copy running about 8 to about a 5 over 9 direct. No SDRs at this end. Excellent copy. It is sunny, very easy, and the temperature out is 78 degrees. 78, that's about 8 degrees above the normal. So we have a little bit of Captain Mike, and also we do have a station with very low power milliwatts. I'd like you to hear if this works out all right. So back to you, Jim, and I hope you're copying sufficiently. KC9VKV, K1GZL, Clarksville, Northern New Hampshire.
Roger, Charlie, copying you 15 over on the Milford SDR. So, go ahead.
On the Milford SDR. So, go ahead.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. This is 40 meters, and this whole thing is 40 meters, and I picked up Captain Mike earlier on 20, but transferred over to 40, and of course we had to use upper sideband on 40, and he was near Mansfield, Ohio, which is a bit south of Cleveland, but this is 40 meters. Here it is.
Charlie, we're just over Mansfield right now, which is only maybe 60 miles from Weirton, and we're 117 knot tailwind. Our ground speed is 583 knots, and it looks like about we're doing over 9 miles a minute here, so it won't be much longer before we pass through Mike's location there. But yeah, he was. I think his signal's only going to get better as it get closer there, and I'm hearing him quite well. So hopefully we'll be able to pick this up. There's a layer of haze up here, so hopefully it'll clear up as we get closer to West Virginia. But good copy on you, Charlie, as always. K1GZL, 4 Whiskey Charlie.
WA30, yeah, Mike. I'm getting ready. Let me know when you're coming up on that river. When you're going over that river is when we can see you. I think that's the Ohio River.
Okay, well, there's so many rivers, Mike. The one that goes 56 miles from that Ohio River there, so it won't be much more than about another 5 or 6 minutes over. Cool there, so I'll let you know there, but yeah, good copy on you there, Mike. You're a solid 5-5 now. You're 1GZL from K4 Whiskey Charlie.
And keep a look up at the sky here. So, yeah, you hear me, Mike?
Oh yeah, you're solid like a 5-7 here, and it is starting to break up here. It just looks like they just defined haze down below, so I think you should be able to see us if I wish we were putting out a contrail. I haven't seen a single one. Have you seen any contrails at all from down there, Mike?
Have not yet. You're coming south again. Yeah, I have not seen any contrail, so it's
also 35 nautical miles. And do you know where East Liverpool is? And what direction it is from your backyard?
Yeah, it's east of us. I'm sorry, it's west of us. Kind of north-ish west.
That looks about right. So I'll let you know when we're coming in there. It should be another about 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, you're getting stronger as you go. Charlie North, you still hear me? IC705 with the rechargeable battery pack, which is 5 watts into the Moxon at about 32 feet.
From Liverpool, so won't be much longer. And I think you should be able to see us. Actually, it's quite nice down there. Good, decent visibility there. WA30 KX4 Whiskey Charlie.
Let me try something real quick. You're real strong. Let me switch to my really compromised antenna. I doubt that Charlie will hear me. It's a magnetic loop. It's about 2 feet in diameter. I'm sure you'll hear me, but I don't think Charlie will. Stand by.
Yeah, bear with me. This is K1GZL. The mic runs extremely low power in a minute. He gets into the milliwatts, and that what you're hearing I'm on is only 5 watts. 5 watts on the transmitter. Here we go.
Okay, I copy you, but I'm still scanning the skies. Don't see you. It's a little hazy, but stand by.
And we're giving direct Kofax and making a slight turn now direct to a new fix there. So let's see if he sees this thing. Minus 45.
The compressor, I don't want to turn that down. Alright, let's go here. Alright, Charlie, we're going to back down the power. Alright, I'm guessing this is 2.5 watts. 2.5 watts. Alright, let's back her down some more. Okay, that's probably about a watt and a half. Alright, this is all the way down at 0. I don't know what it is, but it's probably milliwatts.
Okay, now we'll be on the runway, on the ramp here. And
so Charlie, my co-pilot said don't argue with Charlie on the arrival time. He called it. We were here at about 22 after. We're in the block now at 30 after right now. We're just 29 after the hour on 40 meters upper sideband on the ground in Philadelphia. Good job, Charlie. You're 5-9 plus. Go ahead.
Okay, Jim, I didn't make such a long one, but you talk about your 100 friends. I'd like you've heard Mike on milliwatt, KC9VKV. Again, I apologize for the length of that, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Now, when he was in milliwatts, he was transmitting to you. So what was his distance that we were listening to him in milliwatts?
The distance that we were listening to him in milliwatts.
He's about 500 air miles west-southwest of me, 500 miles west-southwest of me. He was using a Moxon antenna, I believe at about 35 feet. 35 feet. I think that has a gain of 5 or 6 dB. But he was reading no power at all. And you heard how loud he was on 5 watt, then down to 2, then 1. But he would that's what I call real QRP, Jim. Go ahead.
Roger, just amazing. 600 miles on milliwatts. Unbelievable. Well, Charlie, I appreciate your contact today, as always, and we'll say 73 up that way, Roger.
Today, as always, and we'll say 73 up that way, Roger.
Okay, right now 20 over 9 direct. 20 over 9 direct, and here you are.
Contact today, as always, and we'll say 73 up that way. Roger?
Okay, Jim, a pleasure. I'm going to try to get you next Friday. I'll try to make it not quite so lengthy. That was a bit long. I'll catch you hopefully next Friday, but I'm not here. You'll understand why. KC9VKV, K1GZL. Of course, it's always a pleasure.
Roger, Charlie 73, sir. Have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend coming up. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. My name is Jim, better known in some circles as Dr. VKV, and we are recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days, so when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, that's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 8/6/21, and that would take you to this recording direct. Now, if you just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page, and on that page, you'll be looking at 1,800 recorded QSO-VLOGs with all different kinds of audio, and you can peruse through there, and this whole thing is a game of options, and you can hear many people's different transmitters and say, I like his, I like mine better, or whatever, but that's what you'll find there. So this is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. And, of course, Milford has decided to take a hike here. So let me bring Milford back here, and we'll get going. Milford is an extremely good SDR that we use quite often, along with New York and Georgia and Arlington. This is KC9VKV, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
You want to check out, give me a shout.
This is Kilo Zero, Fox.
I heard somebody back in there, Kilo Zero station. Come back slowly, phonetically, with your call sign, please.
Slowly, phonetically, with your call sign, please.
Kilo Zero station, try your call again, slowly, phonetically, please.
Call again, slowly, phonetically, please.
Kilo Zero station, I don't copy you. I did for a moment, but I don't now. We'll try one more time. Kilo Zero station, try one more time with your call sign, please.
Try one more time with your call sign, please.
And I'm sorry, there's a negative contact on the Kilo Zero station. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. We'll be recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And I'm not copying anyone at the moment there. Gosh, if you're trying to make the transmission, think about this now. If you're in the eastern part of the United States and you're running 100 watts, I'm running 4 Internet SDR receivers in Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, and Georgia, plus my local antenna around Louisville, Kentucky, and we're not copying anything. So you might think about maybe a better, more efficient antenna system, I would think, because I firmly believe that if you're an S1 everywhere, you're in bad situation. I think somebody transmitting 100 watts in the eastern part of the United States should be an S5 to S9 somewhere. and we're not picking up anything at this moment.
We're not picking up anything at this moment.
So try again, and this is KC9VKV listening.
So try again, and this is KC9VKV listening. Kilo Bravo 1 November.
Kilo Bravo 1 November, was that a Roger?
Kilo Bravo 1 November, was that a Roger? That's correct. His name is Jerry. I'm in eastern North Carolina. I'll copy. Over.
I'm copying you. It looks to be about 7 over on the Milford PASDR. What's the name there?
On the Milford PASDR. What's the name there? Operator is Jerry. Juliet Echo Romeo Yankee. Go ahead.
Roger, Jerry. I had a little not dyslexia, but there's 2 or 3 things happening at once in your earlier transmission. So, what is your location, sir?
In your earlier transmission, so what is your location, sir? New Bern, North Carolina.
Roger, North Carolina. And Jerry, what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, North Carolina. And Jerry, what radio are you running today, sir? It's a Kenwood Tango Sierra 890. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, if you'd be interested in our setup procedure, it begins with the activation of your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it does exactly what we need it to do. So you would hit that compressor on and add a token amount at a 3. Roger?
Hit that compressor on and add a token amount at a 3. Roger? Roger. This is a new radio for me. I'm mostly on CW, so adjusting for single sideband is somewhat of a mystery for me. I turned the processor on. I'm not quite sure what the setting is. It's whatever the boilerplate was. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, we're just looking for about a third of that compressor's capabilities. So we are looking at, about a 3. Roger, if you can, I know that's a new radio to you, is that a Roger?
Roger, if you can, I know that's a new radio to you, is that a Roger? That's correct, go ahead.
All right, let me give you some notes, and then you can make those adjustments at your leisure when you can figure out where everything is. Roger?
At your leisure when you can figure out where everything is. Roger? Sounds good. Go ahead.
All right, sir. The first thing in our setup procedure is to engage your compressor at a 3. The compressor processor, whichever one they call it, on and at a 3. Once you get that enabled, then move to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand. And as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, so you can see what the meters, get it up and see what it's doing. Adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is moving mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control. Roger?
To 2/3 by way of mic gain control. Roger? Roger, go ahead.
All right. Now, I can hear your audio fairly well, and I would suggest that maybe you, on your equalization page, that you boost your treble EQ by 2 clicks. Two-click boost on treble EQ from wherever you are at the moment. Roger?
Boost on treble EQ from wherever you are at the moment. Roger? Roger.
And gosh, we should be smoking by then. You should be at a 3 dB dynamic range. Average percent of peak modulation should be around 80 to 85%, and a very articulated audio. Roger?
Percent and a very articulated audio. Roger? Roger. I will I'll take a look into the setup process. I know that the processor is talking in different numbers, almost in, I think, in percentages.
Roger, Roger. Well, you'll have time to, find out where everything is then and make those adjustments. And then if you get a chance, join us next Friday, and we'll give a listen to you. I think you should be just outstanding. And if you would like to hear this recording, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 8/6/21, that will take you directly to this recording, and give us a couple of days to get it uploaded to YouTube. Roger?
And give us a couple of days to get it uploaded to YouTube. Roger? Quite interesting. I just happened by the Strict Street today, so I will look forward to that. And thank you for your efforts. And to tell more about this and more about this and make some adjustments. I left everything at, as far as the solution is concerned, I left it at flat. I figured that couldn't do any worse than that. So I'll give it a try. Thank you so much. This is KB1N.
Roger, Roger, Jerry, 73, sir, and you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, check your audio out on YouTube, and then join us next Friday if you get a chance. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Romeo Echo Zulu.
There's a Romeo Echo, what Zulu?
There's a Romeo Echo, what Zulu?
Yeah, Kilo Juliet 4, Romeo Echo Zulu, Jim. This is Floyd in South Carolina. I just wanted to do a quick test with you. I'm on my desk microphone right now, and I ordered a microphone that comes with this 7300 icon, and I want to try to get away from the desk mic and use a mic. So if you have the time, can I switch over to the hand mic and you tell me how it sounds compared to this one?
Yes, sir. I've got 0 level, matter of fact, on that microphone, so go ahead and switch.
Matter of fact, on that microphone, so go ahead and switch.
Okay, now I'm on the hand mic. It's not going to be as loud because it's not amplified. But the quality and everything is it loud enough, etc.? KJ4REZ back to you.
It's ballpark. Now, the way you want to work that hand mic is pull it to the side of your lips and talk across it. Pull it to the side of your mouth and talk across it. Roger, Roger?
Across it. Pull it to the side of your mouth and talk across it. Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with it. But according to the ALC, it doesn't seem to be. It's not hot, that's for sure. But is the quality of the sound okay?
Roger. Now it sounds just about a little more upper mids than the desk mic that you're using. Has just a little bit more upper mids than the mic that you're using, your desk mic. But other than that, they're very similar, Roger.
Your desk mic, but other than that, they're very similar, Roger.
Okay, and it's plenty loud enough, right? Because the mic gain doesn't go any higher if it's wide open.
Roger, Roger. Well, just keep in contact with your ALC. That will tell you precisely where you are. And on that stock 7300 hand mic, you would need to be around 50%, usually 50-60% mic gain. I don't really use mic gain very often as a reference by itself. Usually mic gain is determined by what the ALC meter wants to see, Roger, and the ALC meter wants to be mid-scale to 2/3.
Roger, and the ALC meter wants to be mid-scale to 2/3.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, but I'm back on the desk mic now. The desk mic, I run it at 50%.
But and Mike, I seem to have to run it at 100% just to get the watt meter to move. But well, at least it sounds sort of similar. So if I do decide to use it, it's not too bad, and the audio is not too low. So thank you once again. Keep up the good work, partner. You're helping out a lot of people. Kilo Juliet 4 Romeo Echo Zulu 73, buddy.
Roger, Roger. Now, again, we do recommend that compressor at a 3, and then mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain manipulation. And you probably want to be, about 50% maybe on that microphone. Do you know what your internal microphone gain is at the moment offhand?
What your internal microphone gain is at the moment offhand?
You mean on the radio?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, right now it's at number 5. It goes from 0 to 10, but with the hand mic, I have to use it on 10.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. And you're not. The thing I'm getting at is that sometimes, with a powered microphone, if you wind up with your mic gain control way up, and you're looking in for distortion by overload. So mid-range on that mic gain is always good. That gives you some headroom as far as possible distortion. So that I would suggest running that internal mic gain at about 50%, and then you can do the rest with the desk mic gain if you want to. But what the whole point is that the ALC meter running mid-scale to 2/3 is the important thing. How you get there is, less important than getting there.
There's, less important than getting there.
Roger. But in your opinion, the stock microphone, the handheld microphone, was adequate enough to use if I decide to use it on a daily basis?
Yes, sir. On a 7300, that's what we're talking about, Roger. 7300.
Yes, sir. On the 7300, that's what we're talking about, Roger. 7300.
No. I'm on a 706, but I don't have the original HM103 microphone, so I bought one for a 7300 because they always sound so good. But I know that microphone was made specifically for the 7300.
Well, yeah, but that microphone is just a jewel, and it should work on almost anybody's radio that has DC for phantom power for that electret microphone, Roger.
For phantom power for that electret microphone, Roger.
Roger. While you were talking, I went ahead and switched back to the handheld microphone, and I don't have any compression on either.
Yeah, Roger. Well, the whole point is that we want to. The important thing is that we get that radio to a 3 dB dynamic range, which means you're running 80 to 85% average peak modulation. If you're not running 3 dB dynamic range, then your modulation average percentage is going to be down. So what you want to be sure is that our standard setup is processor on at a 3, and then adjust the mic gain control to where you're running your ALC mid-scale to 2/3, and once you do that, then you're running 3 dB dynamic range, Roger.
You're running 3 dB dynamic range, Roger.
Roger. Okay, so I have the compression on now. The ALC is only going about halfway or so, maybe a little more.
Roger. Well, the actual sweet spot for our setup is right halfway between mid-scale to 2/3. The sweet spot is absolutely between those two, but you can't just sit there, so you have to have a range. So we say mid-scale to 2/3. Roger.
So you have to have a range, so we say mid-scale to 2/3. Roger.
Roger. Okay, so I increased it. How does that sound? KJ4REZ, back to you.
Sounds good here. I would take that. I can see your dynamic range is around 3 dB, so that's what we look for, Roger.
It's around 3 dB, so that's what we look for, Roger.
Okay, and this is with the hand mic. Awesome. That's what I was looking for, because I'm going to be repositioning radio equipment, and it would be a lot easier just to use a hand mic, you know what I mean?
Roger. Obviously, again, your ALC is the Bible. So you get that ALC running mid-scale to 2/3. I don't care if you're using a piece of bob wire for the microphone. If you can get that bob wire to run mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC, you're almost done, Roger.
You run mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC, you're almost done, Roger.
Yeah, and that's, I'm looking at it as I'm speaking now, and that's about where it's at. Maybe a tad softer, but I don't want to turn the compression up anymore. I have to use screwdriver in the side of the radio to do that. So in your opinion, it sounds okay.
Yeah, Roger. Now you have a screwdriver adjustment for your compression gain. Is that a Roger?
For your compression gain, is that a Roger?
Yeah, it's the radio's very old. It's like 25 years old. It's a little tiny radio, and there's a little hole in the side of the radio, and you stick like a watch screwdriver in there, and then you can adjust it.
Okay. Well, you're doing amazing for feats like that, Roger.
Well, you're doing amazing for feats like that, Roger.
Roger. I mean, I can turn it up if you think it needs more compression.
Well, first I think you need to decide on one mic or the other, really. I mean, each mic is different, and you obviously have mic gain differences between those two mics. So you're going to spend the rest of your life swapping back and forth. You're going to be, making adjustments back and forth. So I would pick one mic or the other and kind of stick with it,
Pick one mic or the other and kind of stick with it,
Roger. Well, with the desk mic, I don't run compression because I don't need it. But with this one, I think it needs a little bit anyway.
Roger. Well, now, if that microphone, if the desk mic is non-compression in straight amplification, then, part of our procedure is the mic compressor on at a 3. If there is no other compression going on in the desk mic itself, then I would get my internal compressor on at a 3. That's part of our setup. Now, if the desk mic is exhibiting some compression within itself, obviously that would be a consideration. But if it's a linear audio out of that desk mic, it would still fall within a 3. Number 3 is set up on the compressor, Roger.
Number 3 is set up on the compressor, Roger.
Roger. Yeah, that's the problem. It's an amplified ICOM desk microphone, and it's very hot. So that's why I normally have the mic gain around between a 3 or a 5 on the radio. And then when I use this one, I got to turn it all the way up, and I guess to get a little extra more, I got to put the compression on.
Roger. So, the ideal setup with that desk mic would be, let's see, compressor on at a 3, internal mic gain at a 4 or a 5, and then adjust your desk mic volume for mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC meter.
For mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC meter.
Roger. Yeah, I'll have to give that a try. I was trying to get away from the desk mic. That's why I was playing with this one. That way I could, sit back in the chair and talk on the radio when I feel like responding to something, versus then having to lean forward, with the desk mic and stuff. So that's why I was playing around with the idea of using a hand mic. Anyhow, I won't keep you. You've been very helpful, and thank you so much. And I'll let you pick somebody else up out there in the group. Kilo Juliet 4, Romeo Echo Zulu. Thanks again, Jim 73.
Roger, Floyd 73, sir. And remember, work that side mic to the side of the corner of your lips, work across it. and that way you'll avoid transients. Otherwise, if you work directly into it, you'll get all kinds of pops and B's and P's and stuff you don't want. So just pull it to the side of your lips and work across it. 73, Floyd. We'll catch you later. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
You know, it's funny that you caught that because I was talking straight into it that last transmission, and I caught myself as I was unkeying because I'm not used to using a hand mic, but it's funny you caught that. All right, buddy. KJ4R, is it?
Roger. Well, it's the characteristic of the microphone and the way you address it that, does that. So, as long as you just work it to the side, that mic will work great for you, that hand mic. 73, Floyd. Catch you later. It's KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey America 3 Ocean.
Is Whiskey America 3 Ocean, is that a Roger?
Is Whiskey America 3 Ocean, is that a Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Jim. Just trying out a new non-Apache Labs 10 Echo, little QRP radio, driving, running about 700 watts. So back to you.
All right, I get you on Milford. I'm also trying to get you on my local antenna to hear more specifically what your audio curve is. SDRs are nice, but most of them are off after 300 cycles, 250 cycles, so they don't present the accurate reflection of what's actually going on in the lower realms. My local receiver is pretty good down to 100 cycles, so I can tell better. So let's see here, WA30, why don't you give me your name and location?
Okay, Jim. Name is Mike, Mexico, India, Kilo Echo, and the QTH right now is in Weirton, West Virginia. Matter of fact, earlier Charlie was playing you a tape of me running QRP, so that was that. Yeah, I just am running just D104, so this thing's probably a little bit high pitch, but I get pretty good results out of it. Back to you.
Yes, sir. Now, are you running a hand mic?
No, I'm running a D104.
A D104. Wow, blast from the past. I'm assuming that's a powered D104?
Yeah, Roger. Probably a crystal mic element, I believe, as well. It was an unamplified at one point and got converted back in, 1978 when I had it on an old Tempo 1.
Roger. Now you're running a FET preamp for that element to work into?
I believe that's what it is. It's just a conversion kit for the D104. I put it in so many years ago. I'm not sure, but it was it is the conversion for an unamplified, so I assume it is.
Roger. See, the impedance for that element for the D104 is extremely, extremely high. And so, some folks have tried to run an unamplified version into their radios and wonder why it's like sheet 10, and that's because of the mismatch. So the saving grace is that you have the preamp with that D104, which the preamp obviously is about 600 ohm out, and it matches your radio really well. So, I'm just looking at your audio, and I just wonder if you might be interested. What radio are you running at the moment?
Oh, it's an Apache Labs. It's an SDR. It's a 10 Echo, and I just wanted to hear how it sounded. I've done pretty much all the adjusting with the EQs, and there's a CFC audio tools and a bunch of stuff. So I think it's okay as long as it's not too terrible. I'll probably just leave it be.
Yes, sir. Your dynamic range looks to be about 3 dB, about 80 to 85% average peak modulation, which is my curve. That's what I'm looking for. When you get past 3 dB dynamic range and crunch more, you actually start defeating the purpose of understanding what the words are, because they start to blur. After 3 dB dynamic range, when it gets down to 2 dB or dB and a half, the words instead of having any kind of life, they're just a blur and become more difficult to understand at those higher levels. So I found 3 dB to be a nice compromise between a very fat signal and being able to hear it and understand what the words are. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, and I like a little bit more of a higher pitch or tinnier type audio for just DX contacts, not so much for RAD2, but to cut through the noise a little bit. So that's why the D104 probably suits that pretty well.
Roger, Roger. Well, looking at your audio curve on my spectrum analyzer, and it looks to be rolling out at 300 cycles, 350, somewhere around there. So you do have, a very clean audio signal, not much bottom end, but very articulated, easy to understand. Roger?
Bottom end, but very articulated, easy to understand. Roger?
Roger that. Okay, Jim, I won't keep you. I just literally, we arrived here in West Virginia, and I set it down on the table, hooked it up to the computer, and crossed the fingers and turned it on. So, all right, good luck. 73s, all the best. KC9VKV, WRIO, bye-bye for now.
Roger, Mike, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. To hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, along with today's date, 8/6/21, that will take you directly to this recording and give us a couple of days to get it uploaded. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. This is Jim, KC9VKV, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Jim, KC9VKV, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And we've gone around the horn. We're running 4 SDRs along with our local receiver. We're copying the mail in Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, and Georgia. And along with our local receiver, we're located just across the Ohio River at right near Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the other side of the river from Louisville, Kentucky. So we do have 5 monitor points, and we are listening. This is KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And, of course, I'm getting bumped by Milford again, so let me come back up on Milford. Constant hassle to keep Milford up. Well, all of them, actually, but, I need passwords. I've got passwords for a couple, but I need more passwords so I don't get bumped, because that does take time to try to reestablish communications on my SDR receivers when we get dumped off. Anyway, this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
This is KC9VKV. Interesting situation here with my Milford. For some reason, it's not making it to the mixer.
It's not making it to the
Don't understand exactly what's going on there, but maybe I'll power it down and try to bring it up again. We'll just see what's going on here. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. My name is Jim, and maybe that's something in the setup there. Let me just see something here. Could be. Let me try that and see if Milford's back. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We're just trying to get our Milford SDR receiver up. And let me just see what's going on here. Yeah, Milford's out. Well, there you go. There goes the neighborhood. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net, and we're going one more time and see if there's anybody out there that needs a setup for a recording. KC9VKV listening.
KC9VKV listening.
Heard about 3 stations on my local antenna. All of them about 2 dB above my noise level, but come on back and try it again. We'll see if we can pull one out. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net, listening. And did not hear anybody that time. All right, well, gosh, if there's nobody out there that needs service, then we're going to shut her down. There's no reason to be on the air if we can't be of assistance. So we're going to try one more time. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Papa Charlie Papa, I hear you back in there. Come back and let me see if I can find a better path.
Come back and let me see if I can find a better path.
Okay, very good. On my remote again, different microphone, not sure how it's sounding, but anyway, let's do it again. KC9VKV, 3222.
Roger, Roger. I'm only copying you about 2 dB above the Arlington, Virginia SDR noise level. About 2 dB. My for some reason, my Milford PA SDR is malfunctioning. I think I may have hit something and have operator error, but I'll have to check it out at a later time. It's more than just getting the volume up, so I'm not real sure what the problem is, but I can't deal with it right at the moment. So come on back and let me see again if I can find a better copy. You're right now about 2 dB above the Arlington, Virginia SDR noise level.
Above the Arlington, Virginia SDR noise level.
Just the way it goes some days. Anyway, we've changed the microphone in here. It's very distorted.
Yeah, I don't have a really good copy. You're in and out, and at best only 2 dB above the Arlington, Virginia SDR, and I have no copy on you anywhere else. So today is not probably good propagation. Do not have a real good copy on you anywhere. Arlington, like I say, is the best copy I've got. That's only comes and goes, but best is about 2 dB above the Arlington SDR noise level. Roger.
2 dB above the Arlington SDR noise level. Roger.
Hopefully next week maybe our conditions will be a little bit better. Status rate this afternoon. KC9VKV.
Roger, Roger. Now, what I just heard, you sounded distorted. You seem to be distorted. It sounds like you might be getting RF in the AF. Sounds like you might have a case of RF in the AF. Roger.
Sounds like you might have a case RF in the AF. Roger.
Roger, Roger. Well, this is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. Gosh, Milford is down for whatever reasons. I'm only with 3 internet SDRs plus my local antenna. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. And not copying anybody, so I think we're going to shut her down. We'll try one more time. If anybody has a radio they want to check out, give me a shout.
They want to check out, give me a shout.
And nothing heard, so we're going to shut her down. We've enjoyed it since 3:30, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG. Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG. Usually we run to 5, but seems like we have exceeded the speed limit, bad conditions, and nobody needs service, so we have other things to do. So with that, this is KC9VKV returning the frequency to normal amateur radio use. This is KC9VKV clear.